Good morning, students. Today we are going to start part 4 of mineral and power resources. In the previous video, we discussed about the conventional sources of energy like coal, petroleum, natural gas and hydel power. Today in this video, we'll discuss about non-conventional sources of energy. Then first of all, we have to discuss what are the non-conventional sources. Conventional sources, in the previous video, as I told you, discussed that the sources of energy which are called traditional, right? For a long time we are using these resources known as conventional sources of energy. Non-conventional sources of energy means the main feature of these resources that these are renewable resources, right? These resources are renewable resources, and we have started the use of these resources recently because we did not have the sufficient technology, appropriate technology to use these kinds of sources of energy. The main feature of non-conventional sources of energy that these are renewable, right? And cannot be exhausted soon, replenished automatically. So these are replenishable, renewable and modern. We have used these kinds of sources with the modern technology. Now, what are the non-conventional sources of energy? For example, solar energy. Solar energy. Number 2, wind energy. Wind energy. Number 3, nuclear power or energy. Number 4, we can say tidal energy. Number 5, geothermal energy. And number 6, biogas, right? So these are the non-conventional sources of energy. Now we'll discuss in detail one by one. First of all, about solar energy. So number 1 is solar energy. What is solar energy? We feel solar light means sunlight and sun heat. So light and heat of sun is converted into electricity is known as solar energy. And it is done by the technology that is known as photovoltaic technology. This is photovoltaic technology, right? What is this? For example, this is sun and sunlight comes on earth. With the help of solar cells or solar panel, the sunlight is captured, or we can say that can be used to convert into electricity with the help of generator, right? And it consists of the system in which battery and inverter, right? So this entire system converts into electricity. The best benefit of solar energy is that it is very cheap. After getting set up the one's entire panel system or solar photovoltaic system, it is very cheap. After that, second feature that it is replenishable, right? Sunlight will be continuously coming on the earth, so we will be using solar energy without any kind of big problem. Third one is this is very useful in the tropical countries. India is a tropical country because it is lying near Tropic of Cancer, clear? And near equator, and Tropic of Cancer crosses India, clear? And it divides into two halves, clear? So tropical countries get abundant of the sunlight, so solar energy is very easy and useful in these kinds of countries. In India, the largest solar plant is situated at Madhapur near Bhuj in Gujarat, Clear? You have to note down. In Madhapur near Bhuj in Gujarat, here the largest solar plant is situated in India. So this was about solar energy. I hope that you are understanding. It's very simple thing. Solar energy. What is the solar energy? Sunlight and sun heat is converted into electricity is called solar energy, and with the help of the technology, photovoltaic technology, sunlight and sun heat is captured in the solar panel, solar cells, and jointly called solar panel. Understand? And after that, the this heat and energy converted into electricity. This is solar energy. Now we'll discuss about wind energy. Next one is wind energy. This is also very important. Wind is an inexhaustible resource because it is replenishable. Understand? And it is the cheapest source of energy because it has been used for grinding grain and lifting water. Understand? So now it is used to convert into electricity. The speed of wind is converted into electricity, right, with the processing in the wind farms. Understand? For example, look here, these kinds of blades are there in the wind farms, these kinds, and it functions with the speed of wind. And then here is the gearbox. It is connected to generator converts the speed into electricity, and then it is connected to the transformer, and electricity is supplied to different kinds of uses. Understand? So in this way, wind energy is very important. India is ranked first as wind superpower in the world, and largest wind farm cluster in India is located Nagarcoil to Madurai in Tamil Nadu. And Jaisalmer is also very famous center of wind energy, and other centers are Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Kerala. These are along with Lakshadweep. These are very important wind energy centers in India. In the world, if we talk about major wind farms cluster located in Germany, Netherlands, UK, USA, Spain, Denmark, etc. So these are other wind farm cluster centers in the world. Now we'll discuss about nuclear energy. Next one is nuclear power. It is also a very important non-conventional source of energy, right? In the modern time, its importance is very high because just it is used not only for electricity generation as well as for weapons making also, right? It is obtained from energy stored in nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements. Clear? Radioactive elements, for example, uranium and thorium. Uranium and thorium you studied in science very well. After that, these kinds of fuels undergo nuclear fission in nuclear reactors. After that, power emits. Clear? So fuels undergo nuclear fission in reactors and emit power. So in this way, this is the formation of nuclear power. We will understand with the help of diagram later. And the main producer of nuclear energy, USA is the largest producer of nuclear energy. After that, in some countries of Europe, nuclear power is generated. For example, Germany, France, England, and after that, one of the producer of nuclear energy, Luxembourg and Portugal also. Understand? So these are the nuclear power generator countries. Uranium is found in India, in Rajasthan and Jharkhand, and thorium is found in monazite sands of Kerala. These are the producers of these two kinds of elements. So in India, uranium and thorium are not found in much of amount, so we have to import uranium and thorium from Australia and from some countries of Europe. Understand? In India, there are 6 centers of nuclear energy. Which are the 6 centers? I am telling you. For example, so the centers in India, nuclear power centers in India, first Narora in UP, Narora in Uttar Pradesh. Number 2, Rana Pratap Sagar, or it is also known as Rawat Bhata. It is in Rajasthan. Number 3, Kakrapara in Gujarat. Number 4, Tarapur in Maharashtra. Number 5, Kaiga in Karnataka. And after that, Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. So these are the 6 nuclear centers in India. Dear students, you have to learn and note down, because these things are not given in your textbook, so you have to note down and learn them. Understand? So rest of the 3 non-conventional powers like tidal, geothermal and biogas. These 3 non-conventional sources of energy will study in the next video. Understand? So I hope that you understood, and in next video we will discuss all the non-conventional sources of energy with diagram. So revise and make the notes from the textbook and watch this video again. Thank you. Have a nice day.